Hello, Just Too Good here, back for another review, and today we're reviewing the highly anticipated Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas set, and this is a LEGO DC Comics Superheroes Justice League 2015 set. It's set number 76026, has 347 pieces, 5 minifigures, 1 big fig, and it retails for $50 in the United States. This was something that I got from ToysRUs.com. Can't currently get it right now, but now let's take a look at the packaging. And here is the box for the set. It's your typical $40 box, and it has Justice League on the bottom if you're in the US, but if you're in another country, it'll just show Batman. And on the side right here, they have that splash artwork in a little bit, I guess, a bigger resolution than on the top. And then on the side, they just show some of the play features, which is pretty cool. And you do get 2 instruction booklets. There are some cool ads on there, like you get one for Batman 3 and this new Blu-ray DVD, and then the other sets. And this one right here, for some reason, shows a pirate on the back. I don't know why that's the splash artwork. No advertisements in there, but you also do get one comic book, which we'll take a very, very quick look at this. So pause the video if you want to look at the artwork in there. The minifigure checklist, which also includes the minifigures from the Brainiac Attack set. And here is Batman, and this is a 2015 version, which has a totally new molding for his cowl, and he also has some new printing on his torso that's exclusive to this minifigure, not to the set, because this same exact version comes in the Undersea set. And he also has a new fabric for his cape, which is actually very nice because this one is a lot more, I guess, easier to put in vehicles because it doesn't like get bent up or whatnot or damaged, which is pretty cool. And you can see his back torso printing right there. And his cowl, just a closer look at that. There's actually no bottom part unlike the older 2012, 2006 and whatnot version. And this one, it looks a little bit like it's modeled after the Batman vs. Superman cowl, which is actually pretty cool. And then for his face print, it's the same as the one that you'd find in the superhero, the ones from all the previous years, except now it's on a little black headpiece, which is pretty cool. And has a little bit of a slight different facial expression. And just to compare it to the older version, you can see that they are very different for their printing and their new cowl molds. And I don't know, I'd say the new one is a little bit more menacing. So that's it, and now on to the next minifigure. And here is Wonder Woman, and she has some nice new printing that's exclusive to this set, as well as nice new printing on her legs. And her headband right there is actually colored silver, so it is different from the 2012 Wonder Woman. And she has a sword as a weapon. And you can see her back torso print right there, and her back facial print. Her facial print is the same as the 2012 version. And you can see just the differences right here with the rest of the minifigure and the 2012 version. Of course, this one has a little bit more gold to her with her headband and her torso. And she has different pants and whatnot than the new version. So that is pretty nice. And here is the Banana Man, and he is very, very cool. His shirt has a little banana logo, and it has a logo on the back as well, which says Banana Company. And his hairpiece is that nice comb hairpiece in that dark brown color, which is a little bit more uncommon. And his facial printing is very funny, where he just has kind of a wide expression. Looks a little bit unfleshy-like because it doesn't have any cheekbones or anything like that besides a chin marking. But there's no alternate face, which is a little bit disappointing, but I could live with it. And that's it, and now on to the next minifigure. And here's Captain Cold, a completely new villain that we've never gotten in LEGO before. He's very well done, or should I say he's very cool. You get it? It's a pun, and it was an obvious pun, so I pointed it out because, that's funny, right? And his mask piece right here, or his parka piece, is very cool because it's on this baby blue type of parka, which I believe is exclusive to the set with the white and the baby blue. So that's very nice to get that molding in that casting color. And his gun is actually very well done too, which you can see right here. And he is a DC superheroes villain that we've never gotten before, just like Gorilla Grodd. So it's always nice to get some new DC superhero villains, rather than the ones that we've gotten many times before, just in different variations. And you can see he does have a double-sided face, which is actually really well done. And here is the Flash, and this is the same version as the one from 2014. So nothing new here, which is a little bit disappointing. Wish they would have added the boots, because I know the 2014 one was missing that. But I guess they don't want to print the boots in China because it's going to require some side printing and whatnot. But other than that, you can see his facial print under the mask. And on the back right there. So pretty cool. Here's Gorilla Grodd, a completely new big fig that we've never gotten, and a new villain that we've never gotten before in any Batman sets. So it's always nice to get some new villains. And you can see his legs have some printing, his body has some printing, and he has some very nice printing on the top of his head as well as his face. And his body part in the middle is a totally new exclusive molding to this set. His arms are the same ones that are used on some other big figs like Hulk and whatnot, but they're in a new black color. We've never gotten it in that casting color before, as well as the arms in that gray color, so that's pretty nice. And his back right here is actually pretty well molded. I like how it came out. And of course, as with most big figs, you can move their arms up and down, and you can move their palms. So it's a very well done minifigure, very articulated. And I want to demonstrate the new jumper feature, the super jumper. And it's just this little piece right here in clear. And you can push down and you can see it will flick up. What you're supposed to do is you take a minifigure, for example, Batman is shown with the super jumper in this set. And you kind of have to force them on because there's these little indents right there which make it hard to put a minifigure on. I don't want to damage it, but kind of snap it on like that. And then you just kind of push this back right here. And they go flying. He flew all the way to the corner right there. And here's a little banana mobile, or the Banana Co vehicle. It's just out there delivering bananas, and it is so weird and tacky that I love how it came out. It also has a really cool play feature, but you can see on that side door there's a sticker. On the back there's a sticker. And the other side door. And on the front there's a little logo sticker right there. But it is very well done. I like how it came out because of this middle right here, which you could detach this front part from the little wagon part on the back, because it's just on those clips right there. And what they have is basically you put this crate of bananas on the back, and it kind of stays on because there's those little cheese slopes. And you snap it together right there. And what you do is you put Gorilla Grodd and you just kind of push down on there and it will kind of fly up. So I'll do it with my finger because it's easier to do it with my finger. But just imagine this was Gorilla Grodd's hand and the whole crate just flies off. And that's a really unique and innovative play feature that I haven't seen before. So I love how that came out. And you can see that this is just kind of the vehicle itself from the aerial view and the bottom view. You could fit one minifigure in there, so you'd probably just fit the truck driver. And he kind of just slides in to the front area right there. You gotta have his hands up though, because otherwise he won't fit. It's very compact, but you put the roof on like that. And there you go. So here's the Invisible Jet, and I never thought we'd get an Invisible Jet in LEGO, but it's very nice to get an Invisible Jet because it's such a unique and kind of iconic, I hate saying that word, vehicle to get that we haven't gotten yet. And it's really hard to get like kind of a portrayal of it that looks worthy to the original vehicle because, you know, it's invisible. How are you supposed to do that with a toy? Well, LEGO did it basically with some trans clear pieces, which makes it look very, very sleek and very cool. Sure, there's some gray showing in the middle, which we'll get to later. But you can already see the front has some very nice wing designs right here with some new some old wing moldings in a new casting color of trans clear. And it also has some missiles right here, which are those little push missiles. So if you push that, they'll fly off like that. So that's pretty cool. And the cockpit design is very simple. There's not much other space in there besides the cockpit. Just space so you could lay Wonder Woman in there. You just close the cockpit like that and she fits in perfectly. And here's a look at the bottom design. The only other pieces they use besides translucent clear is this white piece right here, some of these white pieces, and some of these gray pieces. So just a very nice and very unique vehicle. I love how it came out. And here's the Bat Mech itself. It's about 4 minifigures tall. But it does have kind of a cool design to it. I'm not really digging the top part too much. I don't know, it just looks a little bit odd to me. But just a 360 view of that. It's very stable. I don't know why I'm being too careful with it, because you could be rough with it and it won't fall apart like some of the older mechs that LEGO has made. And you can see on the back right there, it has a cockpit area that's a little bit, I guess, basic, but I kind of like how it came out for some of the parts, which we'll get into later. And the side area. Both arms aren't the same, because this arm is just kind of a basic, very posable arm, because it's made on a couple joints. Like you got a joint here, and then a joint right there, and then the little parts right here can move up and down. And then you got on this arm right here is just really this shooter, which what it's used for is to shoot this net. And all you have to do is, of course, press on this back part, and the net should go flying a little bit, so it just kind of flies out like that. Then right here, you got these stud shooters, which are actually on this new molding, which I just want to demonstrate that. You just push it down on there, and you know, it's just kind of like the stud shooters from 2014, except now they're kind of molded into a plate, which is actually pretty nice. I kind of like that molding. Just put it back right there. And then for the front area right here, they use this piece right here, which looks maybe like a new printing, but this is actually a piece that was printed on before, but in a blue color, because it was used for the Batman Ultra build from 2012. So that's some nice part usage with that recolor of the black, of the blue piece, blue body piece from that set, which probably didn't sell too well, so they probably just repainted over or something like that. Then they'd have to cast all over again, so I guess forget that. And then on the bottom right here, you guys 2 legs, which you can move up and down. The only joint right there is on this area, and then on the bottom, there's a joint. So we do got some posability out of that, which is pretty cool. But it is very stable, which I do have to compliment them on. And then going on to the final part, which is the cockpit, you can see that there's these wings attached to the back, which you can move up and down a bit. And then the cockpit itself has a sticker print right there. It's just a sticker, not a printing. But what you do is you put Batman on here with the stud shooter, and if you slip him into that area right there, and then you put this part right here and push it down, what he does is he holds into place, and let me see, I'm gotta get it right like that. He holds into place, and it looks like he's running the mech, but you know, he won't fall out, which is really good. And yeah, that's kind of how you stick him into the cockpit. It's a little bit unconventional, but I kind of like how that worked out. I just wish maybe that they would have put a little bit more detail to this top part. I don't know how, but it just looks a little bit incomplete. Other than that, very cool feature with the cockpit staying feature and the play feature with the arms and the cannon. So overall, pretty nice vehicle. And that's it for this set, and now onto the final verdict. Overall, I love this shot from the beginning, so I'm going to use it again. This set is really, really good, except for one thing, and that is the price. The price really kind of hinders this set, at least for me, that it kind of separates it from a really awesome, fantastic set from a really just, you know, great set. And I think that if they lowered the price to like $40, it would be just a phenomenal set. But $50 for 347 pieces is not really that good for most cases, but for this case, I kind of understand where they're coming from. We get totally new molding for Gorilla Grodd's body, which is really cool, and some new minifigures, including the Banana Man, Captain Cold, the new Batman, which does come in a few other sets, then the new printing for Wonder Woman. Would have been nice to get some Flash boots, you know, printing on his legs for his boots, but I guess we cannot. I don't know why. Maybe it's a quality issue that they don't want to print in China or whatnot. But there's also some awesome pieces in this set, particularly with the Invisible Jet. There's just some great clear pieces, especially with the wing pieces right here, which will most likely stay exclusive to this set for a while. Also, the Batmech is an alright vehicle. I kind of like the playability feature of it with the posable arms, and it's very stable, but the look of it is just a little bit odd. I wish I wish that they would have put maybe a little bit more completeness to the top of this vehicle right here, but I guess that's just my personal taste. I'm sure kids will have fun with this set, as will adults who like the more obscure supervillains like Captain Cold and Gorilla Grodd. So I do rate this set a B+ for that, and I have a very special minifigure to take a look at tomorrow, or are they minifigures?